The story opens on a solemn yet explosive note, with the voice of a narrator guiding us into the unfolding events. This man is not just speaking casually, he has penned these events down carefully, ensuring the world remembers what truly happened. Our view shifts to the Philippines, where the American ambassador is seen visiting a local school. His son studies here, and the visit feels like a proud family moment. The ambassador talks warmly with the teachers while his son comes running outside, cheerful and energetic. They share a few words, the father's pride clear in his smile. Suddenly, an ice cream truck arrives outside the school. Children swarm around it, eager for a treat. The ambassador's son, too, pulls his father's hand, insisting he wants an ice cream. Smiling at the innocence, the ambassador walks with his son toward the truck. The driver, a man named Abhushan, steps out of the truck. He walks a short distance away, glancing back only once. And then, in a fraction of a second, the truck erupts into a massive explosion. The blast rips through the crowd of children. Screams echo. The American ambassador and his son are killed instantly, along with dozens of innocent children who only moments ago were laughing. Abhushan had never come here to sell ice cream. He came with death. This single attack shakes not just the Philippines, but also America. News of the tragedy spreads like wildfire, and agencies everywhere brace for the threat that is only beginning. Meanwhile, we shift to another perspective. A man named Rourke, a Navy SEAL officer, hears about the attack. His colleague and close friend Dev is with him. Dev, however, seems more focused on personal joy. He tells Rourke that his wife is pregnant, and they're hosting a small party to celebrate. He insists Rourke should bring his family and attend. That night, we see a community center buzzing with people. Among them is a man named Cristo. He donates heavily, plays with the children, and presents himself as a philanthropist. Kids run to him, drawn by his warmth. To anyone watching, he seems like a savior, but Cristo hides a darker truth. A woman named Muriel, working undercover, observes him closely. To the public, she is a nurse at the center. Secretly, she is a CIA agent. When her partner Walter joins her, they exchange intel. Cristo is no saint. He's using donations to maintain a clean image while being deeply involved in the drug trade and working with terrorist networks. Walter adds that Cristo might also be linked with a man named Shabal, a figure responsible for global chaos and extremist operations. Cristo is a crucial link in a much larger chain of destruction. Unbeknownst to them, someone is watching. A shadowy man takes photographs of Muriel and Walter together, realizing their cover is blown. The next morning, we see Rourke, Dev, and their families enjoying surfing by the sea. Sunlight reflects off the waves, laughter fills the air, and for a moment, life feels untouched by war. But elsewhere, danger brews at INA hotel room. Muriel and Walter plan their next move against Cristo. They carefully outline strategies when suddenly, there's a knock at the door. Walter opens it, only to be gunned down instantly. Muriel reacts swiftly, pulling her gun and firing back, but the attackers overpower her. She's knocked unconscious and dragged away. Muriel is captured. Switching back, we see Rourke and his family at a gathering. Surrounded by loved ones, Rourke gives a speech. He speaks about balance, the constant struggle soldiers face between duty and family. He stresses that while they serve the country, they must never forget the family waiting back home. His words carry deep emotion, but in his heart, he knows the truth. Missions will always come before peace. The very next morning, Rourke and his team prepare for deployment. His wife holds back tears, knowing he may not return. She is pregnant, and she dreams of her husband being present when their child is born. But destiny rarely aligns with wishes. Rourke hugs her one last time and departs, leaving behind a family heavy with fear and love. Meanwhile, Muriel is being brutally tortured. Cristo himself appears during interrogations. He mocks her, demanding the truth about her CIA ties. Muriel insists she's just a nurse, but Cristo is not fooled. He wants intel, and he won't stop until she breaks. On the other side, the Navy SEALs are briefed about the mission: rescue Muriel at all costs. Rourke's team prepares, armed and focused. They deploy drones to scout enemy movements and place snipers in position. Slowly, they advance. Inside, Muriel suffers as Cristo demands answers. She holds strong, refusing to betray her mission. The SEALs strike. Silent takedowns, sniper precision, and drone surveillance give them an advantage. Gunfire erupts as the rescue team storms the hideout. Rourke reaches Muriel first, freeing her, but chaos unfolds as reinforcements arrive. The SEALs fight through waves of enemies, dragging their wounded with them. But escape is far from easy. Extraction points are compromised one after another. RPGs rain down, bullets tear through the air, and enemies swarm endlessly. The SEALs push forward, barely surviving, until they reach the final extraction point. After a brutal firefight, they make it out, bloodied but alive. While the SEALs fight, another plot thickens elsewhere. In Ukraine, we meet a scientist. He's handed a suicide bomb unlike anything seen before, undetectable by machines, crafted from a gel-based ceramic technology. Christo, revealed as deeply connected to Shabal, oversees this operation. Shabal's plan is terrifying. Simultaneous attacks across America using suicide bombers armed with ceramic bombs invisible to scanners. The scale is beyond 9/11. Shabal wants devastation on an unimaginable level. Christo assures Shabal of his network, though he himself fears exposure after the CIA's rescue of Muriel. Shabal, however, is uncompromising. The mission must continue. Back at the SEAL headquarters, intel from Muriel's rescue uncovers Christo's alliance with Shabal. This is no longer about drugs or money. These men crave destruction, pure and total. The SEAL commander divides the forces. One team will hunt Christo, another will chase the weapons in Africa, and a third will stay in America for rapid response. Rourke, despite longing to take leave for his family, knows his duty. Before leaving, he writes a letter to his wife, one to be delivered if he never returns. The war is far from over. He speaks like a prophet of destruction, his arrogance unshaken. Miller, losing patience, plays his final card. He shows Christo a live video of his family under surveillance. Christo's confident mask cracks. Fear replaces arrogance. Realizing Shabal would not hesitate to target even his loved ones, Christo finally breaks. Through gritted teeth, Christo reveals fragments of Shabal's plot. Shabal is not chasing money or drugs. He plans to unleash a new wave of terror using ceramic bombs, devices impossible to detect by security systems. 16 suicide bombers are prepared, each carrying these invisible explosives. The attack is designed to be simultaneous, nationwide, and catastrophic, greater than 9/11. Christo admits he knows little more, but it is enough to horrify the SEALs. Meanwhile, in Mexico, Rourke's team tracks a facility where ceramic bombs are being manufactured. The soldiers advance cautiously, using drone surveillance to scan the compound. Inside, terrorists shape ceramic balls into deadly bombs. The SEALs know time is against them. Suddenly, they are spotted. Bullets rain down. The air fills with deafening gunfire and smoke. The SEALs respond with precision, eliminating threats one by one. The battle grows desperate as more terrorists flood in. A truck bursts through, trying to escape. From above, a helicopter gunner spots it and unleashes heavy fire, shredding the vehicle. Inside, crates of ceramic bombs ignite, confirming the danger they face. The SEALs push deeper into the compound, room by room. Explosions rip through walls. A terrorist armed with a rocket launcher fires at close range. The missile slams near Rourke, throwing him to the ground. For a terrifying moment, his comrades think he's gone. But when the dust clears, they find him alive, shaken, bloodied, but breathing. The launcher misfired due to the close range, sparing his life. They continue forward and uncover dozens of ceramic bombs stacked like death itself. The evidence is undeniable. Shabal's plot is real, and the clock is ticking. At the same time, Shabal himself meets with jihadist leaders in the Philippines. He lays out the blueprint of destruction, instructing them to unleash terror across America. His cold determination frightens even his followers. Back at SEAL Command, urgent orders arrive. Rourke's team must press on. Many terrorists escape through hidden tunnels beneath the compound. These tunnels lead directly to areas controlled by hostile cartels. The mission is extended. Hunt them down before they regroup. Mexican police join forces with the SEALs. One officer warns Rourke that pursuing enemies through cartel-controlled territory is suicide. But there is no choice. The team gears up, loading weapons and armored trucks. We cut to the terrorists regrouping inside a massive factory. Shabal directs them with ruthless efficiency, preparing one final strike. He orders one jihadist to trigger a massive blast as a diversion when police arrive. Rourke and his men storm the factory. Instantly, they are met with a hail of bullets. Smoke fills the air, ricochets spark off walls, and chaos reigns. Yet the SEALs push forward with relentless force. One jihadist pulls the switch. A violent explosion rips through part of the building. Walls collapse, fire spreads, and debris crushes the ground. For a moment, it seems the SEALs are finished. But miraculously they survive, scrambling to regain formation. The battle intensifies. Terrorists above rain down grenades. Rourke sees one grenade land dangerously close to his team. Without hesitation, he dives onto it, shielding his brothers from certain death. The blast tears into him. Dev, horrified, rushes to Rourke's side. Blood pours from his wounds. Dev pleads for help, but Rourke only gasps, his body broken. He whispers nothing. His sacrifice speaks louder than words. The SEALs know their leader has given everything for them. Yet the mission cannot stop. Dev, choking back tears, leads the team deeper into the tunnels. Inside the labyrinth, gunfire echoes endlessly. Shabal himself appears, firing at the SEALs with merciless precision. He kills several soldiers before clashing with Dev. In the chaos, Dev is shot and collapses, but Shabal approaches to finish him. At the last moment, Shaney, another SEAL, arrives. With one swift, decisive shot, he kills Shabal. The mastermind of destruction falls lifeless, ending his reign of terror. The remaining SEALs secure the tunnels, eliminating the last of the terrorists. The operation is over, but at a devastating cost. Rescue helicopters arrive, extracting the wounded. Dev is alive but gravely injured, his body too damaged to recover fully. Rourke, however, does not make it. His sacrifice becomes the mission's greatest memory. Back in America, a military funeral honors Rourke. His coffin, draped in the American flag, is carried by his brothers in arms. His wife weeps silently, clutching the folded flag handed to her. She remembers the letter he left behind, his final words to her and their unborn child. The SEALs stand in solemn salute, each one broken but proud. They honor a soldier who gave his life so that others might live. Dev, confined now to a wheelchair, attends the funeral. His eyes hold both grief and respect. Though he survived, he carries the scars of war, not just on his body, but in his heart. He mourns his best friend, knowing life will never be the same. Time passes. The story closes with a quiet moment. A young woman sits reading a handwritten manuscript. She is Jackie, Rourke's widow. Tears stream down her face as she reads every detail, knowing these words were penned by Dev. It is his way of honoring Rourke, preserving his legacy forever. Beside her sits Rourke's son, still too young to understand fully. He plays quietly, his father's memory already etched into his life without him realizing. Jackie looks at her child and then at the words, her heart breaking yet swelling with pride. The story ends not with victory alone, but with the cost of freedom, the sacrifices made, and the eternal bond between soldiers and their families. The film closes here, with silence heavy, respect eternal.